Greetings, YouTube. This is another episode of TEW 2016 WWE Red vs. Blue. This is episode 14, the go home show for SummerSlam Monday Night Raw, which is being held in front of 10,314 people at the XL Center in the New England region. And we kick off Monday Night Raw with a number one contenders match for the United States Championship, with the winner facing Rusev at SummerSlam this coming Sunday for the United States Championship. And in a decent match, Sheamus drew with Cesaro in 1648. Following a double countout during the match, we saw Rusev run in and attack Cesaro and Sheamus. So basically, it came into a no contest because Rusev came in and attacked both Sheamus and Cesaro, which created a no contest. Sheamus had an in-ring performance of 72, Cesaro 67. Sheamus is improving in performance skills, and the match got a 72 B- rating. Next segment, we got a sit-down interview with Paul Heyman. And Michael Cole is questioning Paul Heyman about if Brock Lesnar is taking Sami Zayn lightly ahead of their match this Sunday at SummerSlam. And Heyman's like, well, what do you think? Do you think Brock Lesnar would take anyone lightly, especially someone that he hand-selected to face at a big show like SummerSlam? Let me ask you a question, Michael Cole. Are you taking Sami Zayn lightly? Is the WWE Universe taking Sami Zayn lightly? Because I think you guys are. Because I know I'm not, and I know Brock Lesnar isn't, because, we see the talent Sami Zayn has. We know that he's going to put up a hell of a fight against Brock at SummerSlam. I mean, ultimately he's going to lose like everyone else who comes across the beast will lose and have lost in the past. But we're not taking Sami Zayn lightly. We believe Sami Zayn can hold his own. But I don't think anyone else believes in Sami. Not even his longtime best friend Kevin Owens believes Sami Zayn can hang with Brock Lesnar. And I think at SummerSlam, Sami Zayn is going to prove the doubters wrong. Although he will lose to Brock Lesnar, he will put up a heck of a fight. And, just basically that promo just reiterates that, people are doubting Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman's intentions on facing Sami Zayn at SummerSlam. Some people are thinking that this is just an easy payday for Brock, that maybe Brock is just brushing Sami off. Because Brock isn't around. He hasn't been around since Battleground. And, it's quite easy to think because, Sami hasn't done a whole heck of a lot in his WWE career. So why would anyone think that Sami has much of a chance, let alone, them thinking Brock is actually going to take this match seriously? So that segment got an 80 B rating. And we move on with an 8-man tag and a bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat. Breezango and the Lucha Dragons defeated the Vaudevillains and the Shining Stars in 9:40 when Kalisto defeated Epico by pinfall with the Salida del Sol. Sin Cara had an angry performance at 49. Kalisto 53, Fandango 46, Tyler Breeze 52, Primo 46, Epico 46, Simon Gotch 49, and Aiden English 44. No worker improvements. The match got a 50D plus rating. So yeah, basically an 8-man tag with the 4 teams that will be in the gauntlet match to crown the first ever Raw Tag Team Champions this Sunday at SummerSlam. Next segment, Seth Rollins is backstage and he's on the phone talking to someone who we don't know. But Seth is talking to whoever this person is on the phone about SummerSlam and asks if they're going to be there at SummerSlam. And evidently Seth hears an answer he likes, so he does his little ha 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 cackle and he's like, "See you there. All right, bye." So, who is he on the phone with? And will this person be at SummerSlam, and why will he be at SummerSlam? The segment got a 76 B- rating. Next segment, backstage. Christian is backstage, and Cesaro and Sheamus are in there arguing with Christian about, Rusev coming in and interfering in their number one contenders match. And Christian's like, I got the perfect way to settle this. If Rusev wants to interfere in your guys' match and thinks he can get away with not having a match at SummerSlam, well, he's mistaken, because at SummerSlam, Rusev will be defending the United States Championship against Cesaro and Sheamus in a triple threat match. So that segment, no worker improvements, and that segment got a 73 B- rating. Next segment, in a poor match, Bully Ray defeated Darren Young by pinfall with a Bubba Bomb. Darren Young had an in-ring performance of 41. Bully Ray had an in-ring performance of 58. No worker improvements, and the match got a 52 D+ rating. Just, some match to get Bully Ray some momentum, get him a victory. Next segment, a backstage interview. Renee Young is with the Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, and they hype her match against Becky Lynch this Sunday at SummerSlam. Charlotte hypes up the fact that, Becky just can't get the job done, and she's been saying this for quite a while now, and she's going to prove it once again at SummerSlam by humbling Becky Lynch, and at that point, Becky Lynch will have no other option but to bow down to the Queen and get to the back of the line, because once Charlotte beats Becky Lynch this Sunday, Becky is not going to get a title match for a long time. No worker improvements in that segment, and it got a 62 C rating. And next match, in a bout that had subpar wrestling and little heat, Becky Lynch and Natalya defeated Charlotte and Emma in 10:29 when Becky Lynch defeated Emma by submission with a disarmor. Emma had an in-ring performance of 47, Charlotte 52, Natalya 52, and Becky Lynch 59. No worker improvements. The match got a 58 C- rating. And then the next segment is the contract signing for the WWE Universal Championship this Sunday at SummerSlam between John Cena and Finn Balor, which is presided over by Stephanie McMahon and Christian. John Cena takes the first signing of the contract, and he, starts going on, "Hey, Finn, I've seen people like you come, and I've seen people like you go. You've come to the WWE with a lot of reputation you've built outside the WWE, and you want to come in and you want to make your name against John Cena. But that's okay. I'm used to this by now. And come SummerSlam, it's going to be no different. You're going to be beaten by John Cena, but your name value is going to go up after sharing the ring with John Cena, and then I will become the first ever Universal Champion." And Finn's like, "John, this is where you're wrong. This doesn't revolve around you. This isn't the World Wrestling John Cena Entertainment. This isn't, the John Cena show as much as you want to think it is. See, I don't care that I'm facing you for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam. What I care about is becoming the first ever Universal Champion. It could have been you, it could have been Cesaro, it could have been Rusev, it could have been anyone. It being John Cena is the furthest thing in my mind. I don't care about, making my name off of you. Now, the fact that I can beat you to become Universal Champion, that's just icing on the cake. But this whole thing, this isn't about you. And I think you need to not be selfish and not, think of yourself in this omnipotent, holier than thou light that this all revolves around you. But now that we're here and now that I'm going to be facing you, I can't wait to knock you down a peg or two. Because, trust me, I want this more than you. You've been to the top of the mountain in WWE many, many, many times. This is my first time. And I want my first time to be the best time. The time where I can become champion. I don't want to be, have my first moment in the sun get wiped away. So I'm going to seize this opportunity. And if it happens to be against the mighty John Cena, then so be it. So yeah, just basically John Cena being his somewhat, snarky, dismissive self. He's like, oh, you little indie guys, you've came and you've went. You're just trying to make your name off of me because I'm the top guy in the WWE. But, you're just another face. And Finn's just like, it's not about you, John, as much as you want to think it is. It's about the Universal Championship, and I'm going to prove it this Sunday at SummerSlam when I beat you and become the first ever Universal Champion. But other than that, there was no physical confrontations. Nobody went through a table. Nothing for Botchamania or anything like that. This segment got a 70C plus rating. Next segment, Renee Young is backstage with the Big Show, and she talks about the match the Big Show has this Sunday at SummerSlam against Braun Strowman, and his upcoming match with Eric Rowan. And the Big Show's like, John Cena just said something earlier that I kind of see in myself, because all of these giants have come and went over the years trying to make their name against me, because I'm the OG giant of the WWE. I've been here for the last 13 years. I've seen a lot of giants come and I've seen a lot of giants go, but at the end of the day, I'm still here and I'm still going to be here. So Braun can act like he's the new giant in the WWE, but this fist right here is going to prove him wrong. So no worker improvements for that interview, and that got a 68C plus rating. And we move on to the next match. In a decent match, the Big Show defeated Eric Rowan in 9:55 by pinfall with a KO punch. Eric Rowan had an in-ring performance of 45, the Big Show 66, no worker improvements. That match got a 63C rating. After the match, Braun Strowman comes down to the ring, and him and the Big Show get into a big brawl. Literally, they brawl all over the ring and all the way to the back, just to hype up their upcoming match this Sunday at SummerSlam. That's sure to be a slobber knocker, in the words of good old JR, which got a 78B rating, which is a pretty good rating. Can't complain there. And next segment, we got the announcers hyping up SummerSlam this coming Sunday, and they go over the Raw matches on the show, with the WWE Universal Championship on the line between Finn Balor and John Cena. the triple threat match for the WWE United States Champion between Rusev, Cesaro, and Sheamus. The WWE Raw Women's Championship match between Charlotte and Becky Lynch. And then the other matches, Braun Strowman against the Big Show. And the gauntlet match for the Raw Tag Team Championships between the Lucha Dragons, the Vaudevillains, Breezango, and the Shining Stars. Segment got a 73B- rating. And the next segment is a backstage interview. Renee Young is with Seth Rollins, and they're hyping up the match this Sunday with the Shield against Ryback, Drew McIntyre, and Cody Rhodes. And Renee asked Seth about, hey, it seems like every week, the numbers game has gotten to you and you've always been laid out at the end of the show, or, have to, avoid the beatdown. And how is this going to be any different this week? And Seth's like, Renee, I should have thought about this sooner, but even though I don't have Roman Reigns and Dean or Ambrose here watching my back, even though I don't think that they'd have my back, I do have a plan. After all, I am the architect. And let's just say they better watch their backs, because I do have something for them, and they won't know what hit them. And then Renee's like, well, okay, but we saw you earlier on the phone with someone talking about SummerSlam. Who were you on the phone with? And Seth's like, Renee, don't worry about who I was on the phone with. I'm sure everyone will know when the time comes. So yeah, he's not playing his hand. He's not revealing who he talked to on the phone. That segment got a 65C rating. And the next segment, and a bout that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Ryback defeated Zack Ryder, Neville, and Jack Swagger in 11:44, when Drew McIntyre defeated Jack Swagger by pinfall with a Claymore kick. Jack Swagger had an in-ring performance of 56, Neville 57, Zack Ryder 46, Ryback 63, Drew McIntyre 51, and Cody Rhodes 58. Cody Rhodes is improving in Rumble and technical skills, and Neville's is improving in performance skills. The match has got a 60C rating, which I can't complain too much, because, most of these guys are mid-carders, so, their heat or anything like that isn't too high. And then we get the last segment. Ryback, Drew McIntyre, and Cody Rhodes is in the ring celebrating their victory. And backstage, we see Bad News Bear and Damian Sandow in their locker room. And then Seth Rollins walks in, and he's like, hey guys. And, Barrett and Sandow stand up and confront Rollins. And then Rollins like, now. And then all of a sudden, a net is thrown over both Sandow and Barrett, and Seth starts pummeling both of them with a steel chair. And we see it was actually Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury who threw the net on both of them. So J&J Security has appeared and is helping Seth Rollins, and he, is taking out both Sandow and Barrett with a steel chair. And Ryback, McIntyre, and Rhodes sees this in the ring, and they make a break for it to the backstage area. And of course, the monitor was in the room, and Seth sees that they're coming after them. So Seth is like, okay guys, let's go. And they leave the dressing room, and they, hightail it out of there, and they run all the way to the outside area and into an awaiting car that is already running. and Joey Mercury gets in the driver's seat, and Jamie Noble gets in the passenger side, and Seth gets in the back, and they hightail it out of there as the Forgotten in the show, with them, pretty much pissed off that Rollins got a one-up on them before SummerSlam. And we end the show with in that segment got a 73 B- rating with no worker improvement. So yeah, surprise of the night, kind of, is J&J Security helping out Seth Rollins get a one-up on the Forgotten before SummerSlam by setting a trap for Sandown and Barrett, basically the foils of the group. They're the ones, basically the first line of defense. And we end the show with a 68 C+ rating. Not a terribly great rating. I didn't expect it because, the main event was a bunch of mid-carders. But I just didn't want Cena or Balor or Rollins to wrestle. I didn't really have anything match-wise. I just didn't want to shoehorn them into a match just to try to get a better overall show rating. I'm not, too worried about that because, after all, in real life, most of those Raws are basically, I think if you ask most people, probably like C ratings, if that, a lot of the time. So I can't like say I'm disappointed with this show. And with that, we're gonna end the episode. And next time will be the go home show for SmackDown leading up to SummerSlam this coming Sunday in game time. Until then, take care.